Well, Henry VIII did, and he was telling her this and saying, you know, Henry VIII loved the Rausch fife so much that he had a Rausch fife band consisting only of Rausch fifes, and wherever he went, the Rausch fife band would go with him. And she said, oh, yes, but then, of course, Henry did everything to excess. But it was as though he had just left the room, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's...
Like some eccentric uncle, you know?
I guess that's true. Well,
that they were all rather fond of. Yes, he's a relative, though a very distant
I guess
one.
he would be. It is odd. I've done those shows where you, as the actor on stage, are the least important person in the room. You know, if anyone coughs or sneezes, you can't do anything about it. You know, like you say, Prince Charles walks this way, you can't say, hey, sit down, pal, I'm doing a show. You know, you can't, you're a little careful of that.
Not possible. Well, in fact, I remember in this, we were doing Taming of the Shrew, and we were there at the specific invitation of the Duke of Edinburgh, and throughout the performance, we couldn't help seeing that from time to time he would lean over to the Queen Mother on one side of him and the Queen on the other side and explain the jokes to them, hitting them on the knee. Hey, did you get it when you did this and this and something? Shut up!
Now, where is security tighter? At the White House, do you think, or at Buckingham Palace? You've been to both. You've gotten close to both.
The Buckingham Palace was a formal occasion, and I was completely unaware of security of any kind. What was impressive about the White House visit 3 weeks ago was that although we were screened when we arrived, once we were there, we were virtually allowed, I mean, there was someone with us from the White House, but we were allowed to wander through the corridors, look in the rooms, and it had a very relaxed atmosphere. I think that's terrific. So far as I know, you can't do that at 10 Downing Street. I'm not allowed to look into Prime Minister Major's office, but it's one of the charming things about this country. Sure, you're an American citizen, you're a tourist, you're interested. Have a look in the office. That's where he works, that's his desk, that's where he sits.
So nobody was watching you. But just swipe an ashtray. Man it down.
Yes. Yeah.
But when you look in the bushes, they have like missiles and things hidden away. I mean, it's... Because it looks very open, doesn't it?
Yes,
in fact, you guys burned it down in, what, 1812?
Yeah. Well...
I think the last British guy to go through there pretty much set fire to it.
But, you know, looking in that room, I wonder if you had the same... You said you sat behind the desk.
Sat in the chair.
You were not alone.
No, the president let me sit in the chair, and then the president said, hey, here's a guy you've done a lot of jokes about. John Sununu, come on in here. I'm going, oh, man, I just thought I was going to get audited.
Now, if I'd have been you, I would have wanted to say, all right, gentlemen, this is an unusual request, but please, will you leave the room, walk out of the door, and close it behind you so that I can sit alone behind this desk?
Yeah, but...
To get as close as possible to the experience.
They don't know. You could go like this. Missiles are on their way to Russia now.
I don't think it's so easy. I hope it's not so easy. Do you think it's that easy?
No, probably not. But it is amazing how simple it is. You are right in that. Because Americans, you think of it as a palace, and you go, this isn't even as fancy as Elvis's place.
Well...
It's kind of a plain... What was your first impression of this country when you came here? Did it seem... Like, to me, the thing I love to do is take English people and I say, you want something to drink? You want a large soda? Oh, get me a large drink. You know, of course, a large... This would be like a jumbo king large in England. And, of course, a big gulp, they would swim in that in England. That would be a pool.
Right. And have you ever tried asking for ice in England?
Oh, you don't get... You get these pitiful little slivers that they...
That's right. I think it was probably the language. The first time I came here, I went to New York. My first morning in New York, I was going to the theater for a rehearsal. I was hungry, and I went into a deli, and there was a list of sandwiches. Hundreds of sandwiches. And it was very busy. It was towards lunchtime and crowded. There was a lot of noise, and I felt very shy and intimidated. And finally, the guy behind the counter, presumably wanting my service, said, what do you want? And I saw one sandwich on the menu, and I said, I'd like one, no, not one, I'd like two corned beef sandwiches. What do you want? I've got a choice of bread, choice of bread, what do I have? On rye bread with some lettuce, and, oh, by the way, I'd like to take it away with me, please. And he said, 2 corny cows coming through the rye, drag it in the jungle to go. Thank you. And I knew in that moment I loved this country. That was... That was positively Shakespearean.
Now, quickly, what's happening on Star Trek?
What's happening on Star Trek is that everybody is asking us what's happening on Star Trek.
Is it coming back again, or is this the last year?
You know, no one has formally said. There are a lot of stories that this may be the last year. What I can tell you is that they are planning a feature film of the next generation.
Oh, that's great.
Which?
All right. With Reba McEntire.
Oh, can we ask her?
Oh, sure. She can play a space alien or something.
You know, the captain has been alone for too long.
Oh, really? Really? All right, we'll find out. Be back with Reba right after this. Patrick Stewart.
I just can't.
Hey, we got a great show tomorrow night also from Saturday Night Live. Rob Schneider will be here and Robert Plant. Thursday, Emilio Estevez, Fitness Fanatic, Susan Powder, and music of Billy Dean. And Friday, Donna Summer and Reggie Jackson. So it should be interesting. Now, have you heard about this controversial new show, NYPD Blue? Have you heard about this? You know, a very popular program. May have seen it earlier tonight on another network. Now, they say NYPD Blue is the first network show to contain nudity and adult language, the first R-rated television program. Well, we here at NBC are no slouches when it comes to ripping off a successful trend, ladies and gentlemen. We here at the network have developed our own adult program. It's kind of a spin-off of one of NBC's more popular shows. They were kind enough to have a promo. Well, here, take a look. Take a look for you. So where is he? Where's the new guy?
Seaquest. It's Seaquest Blue.
Hey, look, why don't you get the crabs, you little squid? Hey, hey! I got your bait right here.
Lick my fins, you upright-looking head. I'd be surprised if you could find your in a Greek prison.
Ladies and gentlemen, back with Reba McEntire right after this.
But when he's with me, he says he needs me and that he wants me.
Great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much.
You are. Well, I feel like one of those afternoon shows where stalkers meet their victims.
First of all, let me say thanks to my duet partner, Linda Davis.
Yes.
Big, big fan of Linda. Big fan.
That is a very pretty dress. Although I must admit, I was kind of hoping for that country western dress. The one you had at the Country Western Awards, rather?
That's the C&W dress that's been retired.
It's been retired. What happened?
Well, the dress has been retired, I know, but, you know, Sandy Speaker made the dress, and don't worry, guys, that she can make one up real quick. My mama just said that it needed to be retired, and
Oh, Mama.
Mama wins.
No, it was a good-looking dress. But
Thanks.
perhaps interesting
What?
cut to the dress.
What's this?
Well, that's how it was cut. That was a good... I mean, it was cut
You
very...
went like this the first time instead of like this the second time.
Actually, it was my imagination. I wanted it like this. But it was actually cut like this.
Just a little bit. Not too bad. Not too bad.
It was very, very nice. You going to do another song when we come back?
I'd love to.
Okay, be back more with Reba right after this. And this is a new CD called Have a Little Faith. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for sitting in tonight. Reba. This is the Greatest Hits Volume 2. Now, I've never done this before. You sign my CD to him. He's a huge fan. So
I would
sign it to
love
him, and I'll get another one from you later.
You bet. You
It's
bet.
the Greatest Hits, and of course, look, he's like a little kid. Look, all lit up. Look at this. Here you go.
Helpless.
Patrick Stewart, Star Trek, The Next Generation, of course. And tomorrow night from Saturday Night Live, Rob Schneider will be here, Danny Aiello, and all right, kids, The music of Robert Plant. See you tomorrow night, folks. Oh, we have more time? We're stretching it out.